If you've ever tossed your vegetable scraps into the trash or even the compost pile without thinking twice, stop right there. What you're throwing out is gardening gold. Peels, stems, cores, wilted greens. They may seem like kitchen waste, but they hold untapped power to restore tired soil, supercharge compost, and even feed your plants directly. Right now, especially in the heat of summer when gardens dry out and soil gets depleted, using vegetable scraps wisely can make the difference between mediocre growth and lush abundance. There's no reason for good nutrition to leave your garden when it could be recycled into something even better. So before another carrot peel or cabbage core ends up in the bin, let's break down exactly how to transform those scraps into powerful organic fertilizer that works faster than bagged options. Why vegetable scraps are a hidden fertility booster. Most people don't realize that vegetable scraps carry concentrated nutrients designed to feed growing plants. Carrot tops are packed with potassium. Onion skins hold sulfur and calcium. Leafy greens like spinach stems and lettuce cores have traces of nitrogen, magnesium, and iron. These nutrients are bioavailable, meaning they break down quickly in the soil and are ready for root uptake. The best part? They come from your kitchen, they're free, and they're already broken into small pieces, which means decomposition happens faster than raw yard waste like twigs or branches. Unlike raw manure or chemical fertilizers, scraps release their nutrients slowly, feeding the soil microbes first. These microbes then feed your plants in return. That creates a regenerative loop in your garden. Organic matter turns to humus. Humus holds moisture and minerals, roots dig deeper, and plant health improves over time. Vegetable scraps are the ignition switch for that loop. The fastest way to turn scraps into fertilizer. If you want to turn scraps into usable fertilizer without waiting months for compost, try trench composting. It's a lazy gardener's dream and highly effective. Here's how it works. Dig a narrow trench between your plants or in an empty bed about 6 inches deep. Drop your kitchen scraps directly into the trench, banana peels, cabbage cores, tomato tops, even coffee grounds and crushed eggshells. Then cover the trench completely with soil. Within days, microbial activity begins. Worms move in. The organic matter begins to rot in place, releasing nutrients directly where roots can find them. This method not only enriches your soil with every buried batch, it also improves texture and moisture retention over time. In hot weather where compost piles can dry out or attract pests, trench composting keeps things contained, odor-free, and safe. No turning, no flies, no waiting 6 months. You can rotate trenches every few weeks, gradually enriching your entire garden bed. In July and August, when the soil tends to harden and nutrient loss is high, this method delivers exactly what your crops need, right where they need it. A simple soak to create liquid gold. If you're looking for something even faster than trench composting, something your plants can drink up immediately, make your own scrap fertilizer tea. Collect vegetable scraps in a container, then cover them with non-chlorinated water and let the mixture sit for 3 to 5 days in a shady spot. Stir it once a day. By the end, the water will turn a dark, murky color. That's the liquid nutrition extracted from your scraps. Strain the tea and dilute it slightly if it smells strong, then pour it at the base of your plants or use it as a foliar spray early in the morning. Plants love it. It's like giving them a home-brewed multivitamin. You can repeat this process weekly using different combinations of scraps. Carrot peels add potassium, lettuce cores contribute magnesium, onion skins bring in sulfur and calcium, and beet tops inject iron and boron. The diversity of nutrients you get from varied kitchen scraps creates a balanced, broad-spectrum fertilizer that no synthetic blend can match. Some scraps not only fertilize your garden, but actively improve soil structure. Potato peels, for instance, break down quickly and encourage microbial bloom. Banana peels provide both potassium and a moisture-retaining layer when chopped and buried. Wilted greens like kale or cabbage leaves turn spongy and full of humus when left to rot underground. Even squash guts and melon rinds, often discarded during summer harvests, can be buried in garden rows as instant compost layers. Crushed eggshells take longer to break down, but they release calcium steadily and help aerate compacted soil. Citrus peels, if used in moderation and chopped finely, discourage certain pests and fungal growth while releasing essential oils into the soil as they degrade. The key is to chop everything small and keep the balance between green scraps, that's your wet, nitrogen-rich stuff, and brown matter like paper towels, dry leaves, or cardboard to prevent rot from becoming, well, just a slimy mess. So, what should you avoid, and what can you experiment with? While, most vegetable scraps are safe and pretty beneficial, there are a few that need a bit of caution. You'll want to avoid greasy cooked food, meat trimmings, or dairy, since those attract rodents and go rancid really quickly. Garlic and onion scraps can actually be allelopathic if you use them in huge quantities, so it's best to scatter them lightly or pair them with some carbon-rich material to reduce their potency. Now, moldy scraps are perfectly fine. Fungi help break down cellulose and speed up decomposition, but don't use anything rotting with a foul odor, as that can harbor pathogens. If you want to experiment a little, try burying frozen scraps straight into the ground. Freezing breaks cell walls and speeds up decomposition once they thaw, making nutrients available even faster. Another tip is to blend your scraps into a slurry using water, and then just pour that mixture into dugout holes. This is perfect for pre-planting prep in raised beds or containers. It acts as a jumpstart layer of nutrition just below the root zone. By rethinking your kitchen waste, you're not just reducing what goes to the landfill. You're actually regenerating your soil, rebuilding organic matter, and inviting beneficial soil life to thrive. When scraps are treated as trash, they go nowhere. But when they're reimagined as fertilizer, they become fuel. Fuel for microbes, fuel for worms, fuel for roots. Every garden, whether it's a balcony container or a backyard bed, really deserves this kind of free, nutrient-rich care. Especially during summer when heat and sun can stress your plants, a steady source of organic matter can make the difference between limp leaves and a lush harvest. This isn't just about saving money, it's about closing the loop between kitchen and soil and feeding your plants the way nature intended. So before your next meal prep session, just pause for a second. Look at those scraps. Think about what they could become. Not trash, but treasure. If you found this guide helpful, hit that like button, share it with a fellow gardener, and, don't forget to subscribe to Hydro Haven for more soil-smart hacks that transform your garden naturally.